In this video, I'm going to show you how you can create a simple door, complete with door handles, and how to actually put them and fit them nicely. Okay, there are two parts to this. Let me just show you the door reference. We're going to be using this door over here. So the door width is about 1000. That includes the 40mm frame on both sides. Going back to our floor plan, we wanted to make sure that the walls are level. Hold shift, can you see it's not level? It should be level. The right hand side isn't level at all. We're going to fix that first. I'm going to change this to the shaded view. I'm going to hide all these other walls. Click on the light bulb to hide it. Next is to draw that reference line. I'm going to draw from here. And I'm going to switch over to the top view. Make sure I align it nicely. I'm going to use the perspective view and click there. Alright, once I've done that, go to my top view, select the entire wall. Then use the perspective view over here, type move, pick this corner here. Move this all the way up, and then it aligns with that line here. You may be surprised to see this. This is kind of like an excess wall. You can just get rid of it by deleting it. And this happens because there are usually stray lines like this that I've forgotten to trim. And when you do an extrusion, it comes along with it. So just take note of this. They're not a serious problem, but you can definitely get rid of it. Now the walls are nicely aligned. I'm going to start off from here because this is where the two doors start. So I'm getting rid of this line here. I use the rectangle tool, start from the bottom. Make sure you click here using the perspective view right in the corner. Then I'll switch over to the top view, type 25, enter, type -100. So it goes the other way, and then I'll click. 100 is because that's the thickness of the wall. So you have this little bit sticking out, and then the door starts. From here, I'm going to click on this line. Just make sure that you get this corner here clicked. And then I'm going to type 1000. Can you see it goes beyond that wall? I'm using my top view now. I'll just go ahead and click while holding on to the shift key. And then I'll just come right down and just click like this. I'm going to use this here to trim off this wall. I'm going to get rid of this, delete, because I'm going to have to make changes to that wall anyway. So I'm just deleting it. Go to the top view. I'll type trim. I'll use this as my cutting object and I'll trim away the rest. I'm gonna join this up. So I have this curve here, hold shift to select the other curve. Then I'm gonna join them together. Alright, select both this curve, go to my perspective view, go solid, extrude straight. Align it to the rest of the wall. Yep. Now the wall is nicely sized up. Then I'm going to come over to here. I'm going to start to fix up the center wall. Alright, I'm going to make sure that this thing here is represented on the other side. So I'm going to do a mirror. Type mirror. Select this object. Enter. Make sure you have the midpoint snap so I can click on the midpoint there. Then I'll move my mouse cursor to the top view, hold shift, click. And there you go. I've got that on both sides. I'm going to delete the center wall because I'm going to make changes to it. Then I'm going to do trim. Select cutting objects. Go ahead and select the entire center wall. Enter. And I'm going to start trimming away. Okay, let me just try trim again on this side. If for some reason it disappears, that's fine. I'm just going to take this, I'm going to mirror it. Yep, solves the problem. I'm going to select everything, join them together. Now, you have two extra vertex over here. 2 extra points. These are harmless, but they will create additional lines on your extrusion, which may look unsightly. So I'm just going to get rid of it. I'm going to select the vertex, delete it. Do the same for that one here. All right, select both. Go to perspective view, solid, extrude planar curve. Okay, there you go. So I've adjusted that wall, and now it's very nice. Now we can start making the doors. So go to my top view. I'm going to get rid of this here. Normally what I like to do is to draw a line from the midpoint across to the other midpoint like this. We're going to start with creating the door frame. Now the door frame, as mentioned earlier, was about 40 millimeters. So I'm going to use a rectangle tool, and I'm going to type 40. In this case, minus 40 to go the other side. And the thickness of the wall would be 100 or minus 100. Enter. Okay, so I've got a frame over here. And then if you look in the pictures, the frame has a little bit of detail. It has kind of like a notch. I'm going to try to mimic that. To do that, I'll create an offset. Select this. I'll type maybe 5. Yep. Then I'll draw a line from here to here. Then I'll do a trim. I'll select the entire frame, enter, and then start to get rid of the lines. Okay, that works. Escape, select the frame, join it. So just make sure that you're drawing right at the bottom. I'm going to draw in a frame over here. But to do that, I'll need to use the front view, or in this case, the back view. I'm going to change this to a back view. Go to set view, back. Okay, it should show the back. I'm going to create a frame. So I'm going to use the rectangle tool. Start from the middle. And I'm going to type 1000. That's the width of the door. Enter. And then I'm going to type, for the height of the door, it's 2170. Make sure your mouse cursor is in the back view, 2170. Enter. Okay, now I've got the frame. I'm going to explode the frame. Go to your perspective, select the top, the left hand side as well as the right hand side lines, like so. Ignoring the bottom line, I'm going to join these 3 lines together. Then I'm going to do a sweep. Sweep 1, that's the one I'm looking for. Select the rail, which is this here. And then I'll select the shape, which is the bottom. Enter. Enter. Turn this on. Untrim miters. And this gives you a much cleaner surfaces. Hit OK. And there you go, I've created the frame. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Now that this frame is done, we can start creating the door. To do that, I'm going to go to my rectangle tool, click over here in the middle, switch my view to the back view, and the size of that would be 920. While your cursor is in the back view, type 920, enter. And 2130, enter. Okay, make sure you get rid of the curve at the bottom. Okay, there you go. Now go to solid, extrude planar curve, straight. This will create the door. Now I want the door on both sides. Since I'm starting from the middle, come over here and just click on this. Both sides, yes. And now you extrude from both sides. All right. For the distance, I'm going to type in 20. So 20 on both sides will give you 40 millimeters. All right, that's about what the thickness of the door should be. Enter. Okay, there you go. You've got the door now. Now that the door is done, we're going to start creating the handles. We're going to use 2 views, perspective as well as the back view. I'll type offset. Make sure you select in the perspective view the bottom of the door. Then move your mouse cursor to the back view. Type 900. That's roughly the handle height. Right click to re-enter the same function. offset. Make sure that you're selecting the right side, which is here, the edge of the door. Come over to the back view, type 100. Yep, that seems about right. What I'm creating are the guidelines for us to place the door handle here in the intersection. Go to the back view, click on the circle tool over here, click on the intersection, type 70. That's good. Just referencing what that door handle should be like. You can see there's a big round thing and there's a bit of an extrusion. So I'm going to select that circle, solid, extrude, planar curve. This time around I do not need the both sides, so I'm going to tap on this to turn it off. I'm going to guess that to be 10. That's about right. So that's 10 mm out, and then the door handle starts. I'm going to draw another circle here for the door handle. Circle 2. Make sure your center snap is on. Now move your mouse cursor to the perimeter of this round circle and you'll be able to get the center snap. Alright, once I've got the circle to sit in the center, move my mouse cursor to the back view and then I'll type 30. Yep, 30 seems fine. Click. So this is the door handle. I'm going to use the line tool, go to the center, use the top view. I'm going to guess this to be about maybe 50. Okay, and then going to the other side, I'm going to guess this to be about maybe 120. Hold shift, click. That'll be my door handle. So I'm going to create the circle at the end over here. Click this. Make sure you're using right view so that circle is orientated the right way. Type 30 in diameter. Click. Okay. Go to perspective view. Then I'll type sweep. We're going to be using the sweep 1 tool. Select rail, which is this one here. Select the shapes here and here. Enter. Okay, fantastic. Now this is your door handle. We're gonna cap this, select this, go over to solid, cap planar holes. This becomes a nice solid. We're gonna create this filler edge on the sides over here, just to give it a bit more realism. So go to solid, filler edge, filler edge. Yes, we're gonna use would be maybe 5, enter. Select the edge over here, enter, enter, and this gives you that nice round. I'm going to do the same for this extrusion here. Go to solid, filler edge. I'll select the edge again, probably use a smaller radius, say 3. Okay, and there you go. I've got the door handles done. I've got the door frame done. Now I'm going to create the header right at the top. Now the header is quite straightforward. All you have to do is use a rectangle tool. Start from the corner here. Go across to the other corner. Now you have this curve. Go to solid. Extrude planar curve straight. And just align to the top of the wall. And there you go. You've got the entire door. Alright. I'm going to copy this door across. I'll select this surface. Select the frame. Select the door, select the metal plate, select the handle. I'm going to group them together like so. Go to the top view. You can copy and paste, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, or you can press Alt and drag the red arrow. And this creates a copy. Okay. Now we have to align this door, which is a move command. I'll select the door, type move. I'm going to move it from this point to the end point. And there you go. The door's done.